The regular season comes to a close tonight here in the Sawyer Center, and you can't ask for a better matchup than two old rivals in Oklahoma Baptist and Southern Nazarene. Let's get ready for some volleyball. Fingerpaw flips it over to Starkey for the slam.
He's going to step up in the pocket, looking to throw. He's got a man! Alvin Coleman Jr.
Jeff Harris gets some contact there, going deep left. It's going. And that ball is history.
Got clock down to 10. They're looking for the alley-oop, but Quayla Newton.
Yeah, with the shot. And
what a goal! Swung on, hit hard. Sam Smith going back. It's out of here.
Don't pull! Get him!
Berlin set Bowie. Hits down for the kill. Courtney Bowie.
Abby Boyd going to take a three. Yes, sir.
Whiskey inside the box at the top.
Goal! It's over! The Crimson Storm have won!
Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Some highlights there from our past years here at Southern Nazarene. I'm Connor McKenzie alongside my partner, Michaela Schaumann, here for this volleyball game against Oklahoma Baptist. Michaela, how are you doing today?
Good. Connor, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm ready to see these teams kind of close out as this season just gets closer and closer to those GAC championships. We know right around the corner, and SNU really are at the top of their game here coming down the stretches. Both teams coming into play here have a scenario for spoilers tonight as the Crimson Storm can play a spoiler for the Bison. The fact that OBU is currently tied for the GAC lead, and a win for the Bison would secure a tie for the conference crown. In order to do that, SNU would have to knock off OBU for the first time in head coach Kevin Ingram's career. Oklahoma Baptist reinstated its program back in 2008 and has not lost to SNU since. The Storm pushed it to 5 sets 4 different times, including the match earlier this year, where the Storm led 2-1 in Shawnee. The two met 10 times from 79 to 85, and SNU won all 10 of those, which bring the all-time series 13-10 in favor of OBU. Despite the Bison not being eligible for GAC or NCAA postseason, that does not mean they can play spoilers. SNU's hopes as this postseason gets around the corner. The Storm are already guaranteed a berth in GAC championships and no worse than a 4 seed, but a loss tonight keeps SNU from moving up a position to the possible 3 seed. The other possible spoiler is the obvious win tonight, with it being senior night, as SNU will honor 5 seniors tonight: Abby Bell, Courtney Bowie, Lexi Matthews, McKenna Qualls, and Caitlin Vout. And SNU is currently riding its longest winning streak of the year at 4 in a row, and SNU looks to close out the season to win its 5th straight. That would be the longest winning streak to close out a regular season since the Storm won the final 5 games of the 2007 season. So some history going in the books here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Just as I just said, 5 stellar seniors here for SNU that have really paved the way for a lot of players to come in, and it's just really excite this program year in and year out. Tonight's matchup puts up the second best team in the conference in kills against the second best in blocks, as SNU averages 13.35 kills per set, while the Bison average 2.25 blocks per set. And SNU leads the GAC in digs at 18.55. They are more than a full dig average over second place Harding. So it should be a fun battle here in Bethany, Oklahoma. Michaela, I'm really looking forward to seeing how both these teams play to close out the season. Who are some players that we can look out for OBU tonight?
Yeah, Connor, 2 players really standing out on the stat sheet tonight. Kaden Lang, number 17, with 234 kills recorded for the season at a 301 kill percentage, an excellent number there, Connor. Also contributing 119 blocks for her team. So an extremely offensive player we have there, as well as number 12, Kennedy Myers, the setter for the OBU Bison, putting up 149 kills at a 294 kill percentage, a left-handed setter, very aggressive in the front row. OBU runs a 5-1 system, so it allows their left-handed setter to be able to attack a lot from the front row. Also contributing 949 assists on the season, an excellent number, as well as 300 digs. Kennedy Myers, a huge asset to the OBU Bison, and she's going to be really effective tonight, Connor.
We look forward to see how Coach Ingram devises his game plan tonight. He's been a master when it comes to devising game plans. We'll see if he can get his first victory here against OBU tonight, but we know there's a lot of good things to talk about for Oklahoma Baptist, but how about SNU? They've got a pretty good team in their own right.
Right, Connor. So I wanted to highlight the fact of the five seniors that we have playing tonight, their last home game, Connor. So all 5 of these seniors are enormous contributors to the SNU offense and defense both. Courtney Bowie, 203 kills on the season with a 121 kill percentage, excellent number. McKenna Qualls 161 kills. Lexi Matthews 152, Caitlin Vout 128, and Abby Bell contributing 489 digs. All 5 of these seniors are going to be huge tonight, Connor. The 5 of them work extremely well together to produce a really solid offensive setting, as well as Abby Bell on the back row really controlling that defense and getting everybody on the same page. They're going to be really key tonight.
Absolutely. Look to see how those players going to play tonight with the power hitters of SNU and the blockers of OBU. Should be a fun offensive and defensive battle. We're going to take a quick break here at SNUathletics.com. When we come back, we'll have further breakdown of the game and what we expect to see this fun battle here in Bethany, Oklahoma. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. Just continuing our pregame wrap-up here. A couple minutes before first set is underway. I'm going to throw it to my partner, Michaela Shauna. Michaela, you played against this team last year. What can you tell us about the atmosphere and how this team likes to play?
Yeah, Connor, so last year playing against OBU, the one thing that I noticed that was really key to what they do is OBU never lets the ball touch the ground. They're extremely organized on their side of the floor. They are extremely strong on defense, blocking and passing both, and serve receive is one of their strengths, Connor. So they do a really good job of taking care of their side of the floor. SNU Crimson Storm, however, does have an advantage in the offensive section with height, with strength, with power, and with numbers. SNU is going to be really key that they can produce offensively today and get those balls on the floor, which is not going to be easy against OBU and their strong defense. But I do believe, Connor, with the emotions being high in this gym tonight, with the seniors playing their last home game, that we are going to get excellent performances from all 5 of those girls, as well as the people playing for them. And I think it's going to be a great game tonight.
Absolutely. It should be a fun one here. It's going to be a tight battle. It is senior night. We're not the only people in contest here tonight. Southern Arkansas travels out to Henderson State and Arkadelphia. Arkansas Monticello travels out to Searcy to play Harding at 6. Arkansas Tech out at Ouachita at 7. East Central out down in Durant against Southeastern at 7. And Southwestern Oklahoma State out in Alva against Northwestern Oklahoma State at 7. Just to give you some games there in the GAC, and we'll keep you updated if we can throughout this game. It should be a fun game of emotion and passion, a lot of heart, and everything left on the floor here tonight. Michaela, Coach Ingram has yet to beat OBU here tonight. What does he have to do to get this victory tonight?
Well, the coach doesn't necessarily have an outcome in the game, Connor, but Coach Ingram is going to give his team every opportunity to succeed. He's going to put out the best lineups that he can, and then he's going to make adjustments where he sees fit. Coach Ingram is an excellent he's an excellent read of defense, of offense, and he knows how to make those adjustments quickly and when needed and where needed.
I believe you're right there. Coach Ingram is very strategic and good at making adjustments on the spot when it's late or down in the set. He knows what needs to be done and how to orchestrate and get his girls focused at the task at hand. When they played against Oklahoma Baptist and Shawnee earlier this season, they went to 5 sets and unfortunately lost. I think maybe something to do with that is being on the road, a hostile environment in Shawnee. I think here may be a big advantage for SNU with a lot of people coming in to pack this arena. It should be a fun battle here between the Storm and the Bison. We're going to take a quick break here at SNUathletics.com. When we come back, we'll have our senior festivities underway and the opening lineups set and the first match underway. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Don't go anywhere.
head coach Kevin Ingram, and assistant coach Nikki Dyball. There are 6 honorees total tonight who will be playing their final match inside the Sawyer Center. Our first senior has been the team manager for the past 4 years. She is a kinesiology major with a minor in children's ministry. Kinley has a servant's heart and has served the team in multiple ways. She's not only a manager, she also keeps stats on the bench and plays a key role in supporting all the girls on the team in different ways. The team has been truly blessed to have such a quality person in this role, and they are truly thankful for her servant leadership. From Fort Worth, Texas, and being escorted by her parents, Kenny and Shelly Elam, Kinley Elam. Our next senior has played in 54 matches and 197 sets over the last 2 seasons after transferring from Des Moines Area Community College. She has recorded 379 kills, 137 blocks, 525 digs, 50 aces, and 44 assists. This season, she has 128 kills, 52 blocks, 152 digs, 19 aces, and 14 assists. Also this season, she became just the 2nd player in school history to record at least 30 digs and at least 20 kills in a match, with a career-high 30 digs and a career-high 21 kills against Cameron. From Dakota City, Iowa, and being escorted by her mother, Jennifer Bout, number 5, Caitlin Bout. Our third senior has played in 54 matches and 192 sets since transferring from Oral Roberts. She has 491 kills, 69 aces, 66 blocks, 309 digs, and 31 assists in her career. This season, she has 161 kills, 13 aces, 23 blocks, 88 digs, and 8 assists. She ranks 9th all-time in school history in service aces per set. She recorded the 8th most aces in a single match in school history, with 6 against Tiffin last season. She also received an All-Great American Conference honorable mention last year. From Edmond, Oklahoma, and being escorted by her mom, Stephanie Qualls, her grandmother, Londa, and her sister, Kensington, number 16, McKenna Qualls. Our next senior has played in 79 matches and 277 sets over the last 3 seasons after transferring from West Texas A&M. She has 563 kills, 376 digs, 105 blocks, 66 aces, and 26 assists in her career. This season, she has 152 kills, 100 digs, 29 blocks, 17 aces, and 13 assists. From Northern Oklahoma and being escorted by her parents, Brandon and Kristen Matthews, number 8, Lexi Matthews. Our fifth senior has played in 95 matches and 316 sets in her 4 seasons. She has 694 kills, 208 blocks, 147 digs, 16 assists, and 6 aces. This season she has 203 kills, 50 blocks, and 33 digs. She currently stands 8th in the Great American Conference in kills at 2.9%. She's a Great American Conference All-Academic Team honoree and received an All-GAC honorable mention last year. From Yukon, Oklahoma, being escorted by her parents, Rod and Kelly Bowie, number 18, Courtney Bowie. Our final senior has played in 128 matches and 474 sets in her 4 seasons. She has 2,393 digs, 76 aces, 280 assists, 21 kills, and 1 block in her career. So far this season, she has 489 digs, 19 aces, 77 assists, and 4 kills. She ranks 4th in the Great American Conference in digs at 5.2%. She also recorded the 7th most digs in a single match with a career high 37 last year against Cameron. As a freshman, she recorded the 8th most digs in a single season in school history with 612, and as a sophomore, she recorded the 7th most in school history 679 digs last season are the third most in school history. She is a two-time Great All-American Conference All-Academic Team honoree and a three-time All-GAC selection. In school history, she ranks 9th all-time in matches played. She is second all-time in digs and currently holds the school record for digs per set at 5.05. From Georgetown, Texas, and being escorted by her parents, Karen and Kim Bell, number 9, Abby Bell. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for your 2016 volleyball senior class. Now the starters for your Southern Missouri Crimson Storm. senior from Norman, Oklahoma, number 8, Lexi Matthews. A 6'1" junior from Norman, Oklahoma, number 11, Michaela Benner. A 5'9" senior from Edmond, Oklahoma, number 16, McKenna Quall. A 6' senior from Bethany, Oklahoma, number 18, Courtney Bowie. And a blue row, 5'8" senior from Georgetown, Texas, number 9, Abby Bell. The Crimson Storm are coached by Kevin Ingram.
Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. As you can see, your starters there for your Southern Nazarene University Crimson Storm. Setter for the Crimson Storm, number 1, Elise Berlin. Number 5, Caitlin Valp. Number 8, Lexi Matthews. Number 18, Courtney Bowie. Number 11, Michaela Benner. And our libero for the evening, Abby Bell. Not to forget the other senior for the Crimson Storm, 5th but not forgotten, McKenna Qualls. Should be a fun battle here in Bethany, Oklahoma. Michaela, I'm excited. Are you excited?
Definitely, Connor. Spirits are extremely high right now as we get ready to get this game underway. Connor, this game is going to be huge for both teams, but especially for the Crimson Storm as they celebrate their senior night tonight.
You know, there's a lot on the line here, as I mentioned earlier, for the Crimson Storm, as the Bison are unable to participate in postseason play for this season. SNU just trying to move up in the GAC standings. They've locked up at least the number 4 seed, but the higher the seed, the more in their favor for a team they could potentially want to face or not face in the GAC championships. You know, one thing I look forward to here in this game is really setting the tone. SNU really trying to set the tone early, because with a lot of emotion, a lot of passion here, it's easy to get swept up in the moment and get lost in the tradition here and what's happening. The seniors are leaving. It's very emotional and saddening, but at the same time, they've got to be able to focus and lock in the game plan from the get-go of this game.
And I definitely think they will be able to do that, Connor. A very focused group. This group of seniors is too competitive to let this game get away from them.
Serve here from the Bison. Goes to the Storm, cleared out by Matthews. Blocked at the net, saved by Bell. Matthews, sky ball up to Bennett. Just sends it back over to the Bison. Myers setting up in the middle for Sophia Koto. Koto sets it up and hits it out of bounds. Point to the Crimson Storm to start off the game.
Back to serve the Crimson Storm, number 4, Hannah Davis.
Back here, Crimson Storm and the Bison doing battle early, trying to set the tone. Bell with the dig off the block attempt from the Storm. Michaela Benner with the slide off the fingertips of the Bison, saved by the back row, and just a tip attack there from Sophia Koto sends it over. Gets the point for the Bison, tied the game up at 1 apiece.
Back to serve, number 4, Sierra Veracruz.
Now back to serve for the Bison, Sierra Veracruz. Serve back. Hits over the back line. Point to the Crimson Storm off the service error from the Bison. Hannah Davis subs in. Xavier Bell takes a seat along with Courtney Bowie. Matthews on the serve. Drops it into the Bison, setting up on the left side. Able to take it, and is Matthews with the dig. Berlin setting up Qualls. Backline kill for McKenna Qualls.
And we've seen, Connor, the seniors and the offense for the Crimson Storm coming out extremely strong to start out this game, Connor. They are not going to give Oklahoma Baptist any single point that they don't earn.
I think you're right there, Michaela. It's going to be a fun battle here. SNU not getting up anything easy. Receiving error by the Bison. Goes off the hands, out of bounds. Point to the Crimson Storm. Starting off well, up 4-1. Lexi Matthews and the Storm cooking with some juice here early in this game. Matthews again, a near receiving error there by the Bison. Sets up outside, dig by Val. Berlin, sneak attack up the middle. Not able to save by the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm. At least Berlin working a magic early in the game.
We've got Lexi Matthews back to serve, a very experienced server and also a very challenging server that we've seen throughout the season, Connor. Very difficult to get a good ball in system with her serving.
Point now for the Bison, able to cut the momentum there by the Crimson Storm as Abbott comes in, relief of Matthews early in this set. Point now back from the Crimson Storm off the tip out of bounds. Haley Terrain now subs in for Michaela Benner. Trying to get things going here and continue the trend here. Served by Terang. Heads out of bounds, point to the Crimson Storm, up 6-3 early in the set. Point back to the Bison.
We're going to see that a lot tonight. Setter for OBU, extremely offensive and left-handed as she goes up for that second ball, pushes it over into the deep corner. We're going to see that quite a bit this evening.
Dig by Terang, Berlin, setting up Val on the outside, able to not corral it, are the Bison, and SNU coming out with some fire here early. Courtney Bowie subs back in for Davis. The serve from Berlin catches the Bison off guard, trying to receive it, and back to the Crimson Storm. Berlin setting up Qualls. Good night. McKenna Qualls coming out with a vengeance early, looking to get this first ever victory for SNU in quite some time against OBU. They jump out to lead 8-4. The serve from Berlin drops in. The Bison ready for it. Myers trying to set up on the right side for Caden Lang, not able to control it. Goes right into the hands of the Bison, and they got to call a timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. SNU up 9-4 early in the first set. Welcome back to the action here at SNUathletics.com. SNU out to a 9-4 advantage. Elise Berlin on the serve for the Storm. The Bison here. Myers with the nice set, and Berlin pushing it back to the Bison, putting some pressure up. Trying again on the Bison. Dig by Bell. Berlin setting up Bowie on the right side, and she gets the kill. SNU rocking and rolling here early in the Sawyer Center. Berlin again with the serve, putting it on the Bison. Myers setting up the middle, pushing it on the Bison. Terang, Berlin to Vout. Dropping it in again, and that back left for the Crimson Storm.
SNU not giving OBU any room to breathe on defensive. They have exploited every single offensive opportunity that they can. They've run offensive sets from every angle, forcing OBU to really expand their defense, and it's worked for them extremely well so far.
OBU out the gate, hitting percentage of 7.7% of 53.8 for the Crimson Storm, and the Bison able to salvage a little bit of momentum there, halting the Crimson Storm from jumping out to 12-4 lead, and it's now 11-5.
That ball set just a little bit too tight for McKenna Qualls there on the outside.
Serve attempt here from Emily Thompson. Dropping it into Bell. Berlin setting up Bowie up the middle, and she puts it down. Courtney Bowie have a game. You know, coaches always tell you to play the game like it's your last, but for players like Courtney Bowie and company on this team, it is their last game. They got to put everything out here on the floor.
At least their last game in the Sawyer Center, Connor.
Yes, absolutely. Last home game here. A lot of emotion, a lot of excited people here to see SNU get a victory, and just OBU not clicking in this first set. Nothing really going right here for the Bison.
And this game, Connor, is really setting the tone and the momentum for SNU going into that conference tournament, as they have already clinched their berth into the tournament. This game, their last game before that tournament, is going to really give them the momentum that they need to produce well.
Kennedy Myers goes up and swings and put the ball in the back corner there of the Crimson Storm defense, catching them off guard off the set. Instead, she chooses for an attack, and she's going to go back to serve now for the Bison. Kennedy Myers now on the serve. Freed by the Bison. Terang with a dig. A little off the arm there, receiving error there by the Crimson Storm, as Terang and Matthews couldn't corral at point two. The Bison now down 13-7. A dig by Matthews. Berlin setting up Matthews on the right side. Blew too high, out of bounds, but off the fingertips of the Bison. Point two, the Crimson Storm. Banner comes in to relieve Terang, and Vout goes back to serve. Storm up with a little bit of a cushion here in this first set, up 14-7. On the rival OBU, and serve from Vout goes out of bounds. Point two, the Bison. Serve now from Bison, Katrina Horner. Val with the dig. Berlin setting up Bowie. Tips it up and out of bounds. Point two, the Bison. Thompson back on the serve. Val. Berlin. Right up the middle to Matthews. What a shot there from Lexi Matthews. Able to get the point and halt the Bison from creeping back into the lead of the Crimson Storm, up now 15-9. Hannah Davis subs in to serve for both. Davis with a good serve. Myers setting it up. A good save there from Berlin. Bell and Matthews will clear it here from the right side. The Bison coming back. Ball just gets past Caitlin Vout. Point two, the Bison. There's a good attack there to find the small holes there of the Crimson Storm defense on that play.
Back to serve number 4, Sierra Veracruz.
Point two, the Crimson Storm. Good play there. Michaela Bennett with the great attack and kill. There for the Crimson Storm. Matthews, good serve return by Bison. Myers setting up the outside. Dropping it in just over the net. Vout with a good dig, and Qualls clears it over the net back to the Bison. Myers with the set. Dig by Matthews. Berlin setting up Benner, able to save it, gets it back over, does Berlin. Both teams will reset here. And the Bison come away with the point. The hole on the right side of the defense. Good point, Nicole Fleetman for the Bison. 6'1" sophomore out of Lindsay, Texas. Registering the point and lead back to 5 now for the Crimson Storm. Davis, Berlin to Qualls, puts it up and blocked at the net. Block attempt at the net for the Bison. Putting it back are the Bison. Bout with the dig. Berlin to Benner. finds the back right, point to the Crimson Storm.
The Crimson Storm tonight, Connor, have come out with excellent energy and chemistry out on the court tonight. And OBU catching up there and kind of matching that energy for a couple of points there. But SNU looking to run away with this game here as they are in a really good offensive set to be able to score a lot of points here.
Trang serve, drops up and over to the Bison. Blocked at the net by the Crimson Storm. Caitlin Bout, McKenna Qualls.
I can't express enough, Connor, the temptation for me to be screaming for my teammates right now. It's a really, really important game for them tonight, as well as just a very emotional game. It's really exciting to play a team this good and to be competing this well against them on your senior night. It's just a really big moment for SNU volleyball.
Absolutely. A storm is definitely brewing here in Bethany, Oklahoma, as Elise Berlin with the attack attempt got caught in the net after the block attempt went out of bounds off the Bison. Point to OBU. Serve here from Bison, retrieved by Terang. Berlin sets up Terang from the back line, and good dig there from the Bison to save it inbounds. Block attempt from Crimson Storm on the right side. And drops right in the back corner. Davis couldn't get there in time to save the dig. Point to the Bison, now 18-13 in favor of SNU. The dig by Terang. Berlin sets up Bout, puts it up and puts it down. Caitlin Bout.
And that pass, taking Elise Berlin back to that antenna, she was able to push that ball all the way outside to Caitlin Bout, and an excellent performance there by Caitlin and Elise Berlin.
It was fantastic play there from both players, able to just have the right positioning and just the right amount of force on the ball to put it up. Though with another great dig, Berlin pushes it back and sends the Bison reeling, able to corral and just gets it over. Terang, Berlin sets up Bowie, pushes into the middle. Bryson able to corral it and save it. Berlin sets up Bowie again, puts it up and puts it down. Good night. Michaela, I tell you what, this has been a fun game. It's only the first set. Good night.
You're right, Connor, and we're looking forward to an excellent performance from both teams tonight.
Kennedy Myers with a nice attack attempt there. Terang able to corral it. McKenna Qualls dropping the axe hammer on the Bison. Timeout OBU, second one in this first set. Crimson Storm coming out with a fiery vengeance here in the first set, going up 21-13. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to the action here at SNUathletics.com. SNU jumps out to an incredible 21-13 lead against Oklahoma Baptist here in the first set. Elise Berlin with the serve attempt retrieved by the Bison. Blocked attempt at the net by the Crimson Storm. Even net violation on the Crimson Storm will stay here with the Bison. Now 21-14 RSNU.
Number 13, Emily Thompson.
Emily Thompson now back to serve for the Bison, trying to creep back into this lead in this first set. It's been very exciting here in Bethany as Berlin sets up Bout, and she is able to get the kill as Caitlin Bout as the block attempt falls right in front of the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm. 3 away from putting this first set away. Crimson Storm up 22 to 14. Serve here from Crimson Storm. Good dig there from Berlin. Bell setting up Bowie on the right side, able to corral it as Terang got the retrieval from the Bison. Berlin sets up Val, puts it up and drops it in on the Bison. Hayden Blair not able to corral it. Crimson Storm push the lead now up to 9, up 23 to 14.
And Bailey Terang in that middle back position is going to give Kennedy Myers a run for her money as far as really being able to notice when she's going to be tipping on 2 and being able to be in those positions quickly to dig up those balls.
Berlin setting up. Matthews puts it up and able to corral it out of the Bison. Bowie and Vout teaming up to save it. Berlin pushes it over again, saved by the Bison. Bell with a nice dig. Berlin sets up Matthews. Bison can't corral it off the net. Point to the Crimson Storm. Set point already for SNU. And I don't think you could ask for a better start to a ball game here against your rival opponent that you have yet to beat in your career here. SNU up 24 to 14, trying to put it away. The Bison not going out easily, but they put it over and out. Sophia Cotto's attack goes over the line. Point in. Hold on, folks. We got a marker down on the field here.
We had a net violation there by Caitlin Vouch. She was touching the net as that ball was going out of bounds, so they're going to give that point over to OBU.
Man, I hate those. All right, point 2, the Bison down 9. Vout comes up and gets the kill. I jumped the gun early, but here, point 2, the Crimson Storm end set victories. They take the victory 25 to 15 in the first set. SU comes out firing at the .459 hitting percentage, just 176 for the Bison. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com with the second set underway. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. SNU takes first set victory 25-15 with the help of 459 hitting percentage, just 176 for the Bison. Michaela, what did you notice about that first set from SNU and OBU?
Energy, definitely, Connor, was a key component to that game. Emotions are just really high throughout this set, and I believe that Crimson Storm came out as well as they possibly could have, better than they have all season.
I think you're right. You couldn't have asked for a better performance there in that first set, and OBU was reeling in that first set. Got to find something, and they started out on the wrong end of the scoreboard, down 1-0 after that attack. Sails far out of bounds. Point to the Crimson Storm, up 1-0. Caitlin Bowd on the serve now for the Crimson Storm. Tree by Bison sent over. The dig by Bell. Berlin setting up Matthews. Blocked at the net. Lands it, bounce, point to OBU. Back to serve now, number 12, Kennedy Myers for Bison, able to get things done. And on the offensive end is the dig there by Bell, set by Berlin to Benner, gets retrieved by the Bison. Another attack there by the Bison, sent way out of bounds, point to SNU.
And I believe, Connor, if SNU can keep up this energy and this momentum, we're going to be looking at a really, really good game today.
I think you're right. We knew this was going to be a fun battle coming into here. You know, the Bison actually got beat on their senior night, so you think they come out with some more energy to start off the first set after getting beat at their senior night. Look to do the same thing to SNU, but just not work out for them in the first set. As now they tie the ball game up at 2 apiece. Now back to serve for the Bison on the evening. Katrina Horner. Set by Berlin to Matthews. Picks it up and puts it down off the deflection there from the Bison. Lands in bounds. Point to the Crimson Storm.
That shot, extremely well execution there by Lexi Matthews. That shot is extremely hard to hit, and she executed that with ease.
Matthews now on the serve for Crimson Storm. Can't see her in the screen, but she's in there. Serve here from Matthews. Received by the Bison on the outside. Block attempt by Qualls, goes off a Bison player out of bounds. That's one of the more odd points that I've ever seen from a block. I don't think I've seen a block attempt off a player, opposing player. Point to the Crimson Storm, up 4-2. Matthews back to serve. Myers setting up the outside. Berlin able to corral it. Matthews clears it to Qualls, sends it over. Now back to the Bison, trying to reset and stop the Storm here. Qualls on the outside, blocked at the net and sent to the stands. Point to the Bison. Back to serve now for the Bison, Sierra Veracruz. 5'6" senior out of Oregon City, Oregon. There's the dig there from Davis. Set by Berlin. And the attack from Qualls goes out of bounds. Point to the Bison, now tied up at 4 apiece.
And Elise Berlin has her 2 powerhouses on the front row right now, McKenna Qualls and Kayla Benner. She's going to be looking to get them the ball.
Berlin sets up Benner, as you mentioned, trying to drop in the middle of the floor. Bison reset. Dig by Bell. Berlin to Benner, pushes it over to the Bison. Both teams playing tough here. Benner calls for it, sends it back to the Bison, and again retrieved by OBU. Davis sets up Qualls this time. Block attempt at the net, but drops in to the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm.
McKenna Qualls doing an excellent job of making an adjustment there. She was calling for a set to drop in much further into the middle of the court. And that ball was pushed over her head. She was still able to get that ball down. That was an impressive maneuver and an athletic play right there.
Bailey Terang into the game now for the serve. Block attempt at the net by the Crimson Storm off the fingertips. Point to the Bison. SNU really trying to connect here in this second set after jumping out to a quick first set victory. McKenna Qualls comes up with the attack and the kill, putting it on the back line of the Bison.
McKenna Qualls doing an excellent job there of exploiting OBU as their middle blocker was stepping in to pass, waiting for her sub to come in. McKenna Qualls saw that, went straight at her with that ball, and got that kill.
Berlin with the serve now to the Bison. Veracruz sets it up on the outside, dig by Terang. Berlin sets up Vout, puts it in the middle. Bison trying to get it back over, barely reaches the middle of the net, point to the Crimson Storm. Got a little moppage there on the middle of the floor of the Bison. After the stoppage of play, we're back to the action here. Elise Berlin back to serve now for the Storm. Up 7-5 in the second set. Myers with the attack. Puts it on the back line of the Crimson Storm. Point to OBU. Kennedy Myers showing her full arsenal here this evening.
And SNU's got to be able to recognize the setter's turning on her opposite shoulder to make that attack. They've got to be able to put up some hands up against her. She's getting a lot of free swings, and I have no doubt SNU will make adjustments to prevent that in the future.
Bell with the dig. Berlin sets up Vout. Comes up firing. Dig by the Bison. Finding Terang on the back line. And the easiest kill of the night that Caitlin Lang will get as that ball was a little tight. Abbeville not agreeing with the calls, claiming that ball was on the SNU side of the net. Referee says play on, tie game at 7 now in this second set. Berlin sets up Vout. Blocked at the net by the Bison by Kennedy Myers and Caden Lang. Bison really coming out strong here in the second set. Now they'll take their first lead of the game, up 8-7. Dig by Bell, set by Berlin to Vout. Dropping it in. The Bison able to corral and send it back over as Qualls dives to the floor. Berlin sets up Bowie. And great teamwork here from both sides, not letting any balls drop easily. Bowie coming up big time with the attack. Goes off the hands of Hayden Blair, out of bounds off the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm and tie the game up at 8.
And as we see these rallies start to extend, Connor, we're going to have a battle of physical fitness as this score goes back and forth and this ball isn't killed right away. We're going into several different possessions as these plays go along.
Myers sets up the outside. Dig by Matthews goes back over to the Bison. Myers setting up again. Finds the outside, just on the outside of the line. Point to the Crimson Storm with the attack error from the Bison. Abby Bell now back to serve for the Crimson Storm. A miscommunication there by the Bison between Rachel Ritchie and Sierra Veracruz of who's supposed to get that dig. They got to be able to communicate better on that midline when the serve's coming over. SNU up now 10-8. Veracruz dives to the floor. Myers sends it back to Terang. Berlin sets up Bowie, comes up firing. Out of bounds into the stands, point to the Crimson Storm.
An excellent communication there by Abby Bell, noticing a huge hole in the block, screaming it out to her header, putting that ball straight through the hands of the blockers of OBU. Also, Bailey Terang showing excellent defense up against the setter for OBU, picking up all of those jumps. She's been getting a lot of kills off of those, and Bailey's doing an excellent job of not letting her get those.
Block out of bounds off the Crimson Storm. Point to the Bison. Kaden Lang now back to serve. 6'1" junior out of Wichita Falls, Texas. Matthews with the dig. Berlin sets it over to the Bison. Drops it in the middle of the floor. Fantastic play from Elise Berlin. Vout now back to serve for the Storm. Dig by Bison. Myers setting it up. Matthews with the dig. Berlin sets up Matthews. Bison players tumbling to the floor. And they clear back over. Bell, Berlin sets up. Bowie picks it up and puts it down.
SNU definitely got OBU scrambling there on defense as they were executing ball after ball, and OBU scrambling to keep that ball back into play.
You know, I've just been noticing a lot of lack of communication there from the Bison of where to be in position. It's really paid off for SNU as, again, more miscommunication and a bad judgment call. We got a timeout on the floor after that ball sails inbound for the easy ace for the Crimson Storm. SNU now 14-9 in the second set. After down 8-7, we're on a bit of a run here. We'll take a quick break here at SNUathletics.com. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the action here at SNUathletics.com. SNU, after down 8-7, is able to go on a 7-1 run and go up 5. Against the Bison here, Kennedy Myers setting up. Block at the net by Benner and Bowie. Point back to the Crimson Storm, increasing their lead now to 6. After the timeout on the floor by the Bison, not able to get things going on offense. Is Vout now ready to serve. Drops it over the net and sending the Bison reeling. Just getting it back over is Benner. Berlin setting up Matthews. My goodness. There was no stopping Lexi Matthews on that outside hit.
Momentum looking definitely in the favor of SNU at this point.
Vout now back to serve again for the Crimson Storm, up 16-9. Drop it in the back line of the Bison. Myers setting up the middle. Block attempt at the net. Players in the net again for the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm after the violation. Another timeout on the floor for the Bison. We're going to keep it here on SNUathletics.com. Michaela, what has happened here these last couple points?
We're just seeing a great shift of momentum for SNU. They're on a huge run right now, Connor, that we've seen. Kaylin Vout is giving them all that they can handle from the service line, and also SNU executing extremely well on defense. I believe that's well attributed to the fact that the energy is so high in the gym right now. Great turnout of fans, of family, and also just a really competitive opponent that they're up against. There's a lot at stake right here, and I believe SNU has handled that pressure extremely well and has channeled those emotions towards playing extremely well tonight, Connor, and there's no doubt about it.
Absolutely, Michaela. You know, SNU only one game behind. They're in sole place for second. They're one game behind a tie for first with four teams ahead of them, one of them being Oklahoma Baptist, Arkansas Tech, Harding, and Washita. All those teams are playing tonight, including Washita Baptist against Arkansas Tech. So if SNU's able to get the victory, they can move up to possibly third, maybe even second, if some things fall in their favor here this evening.
You're right, Connor.
Caitlin Vout now back to serve, up 17-9. SNU on a 10-1 run currently. Myers setting up the middle, trying to fix something here as SNU has just been rolling these last couple points. Courtney Bowie with the attacks, retrieved by the Bison. Vout, Berlin, back to Bowie. Veracruz able to save it there on the back line. The ball a little too tall for Abby Bell on that back line after the deflection there from the front line of SNU. OBU's trying to stop the bleeding. Currently on a 10-2 run in favor of SNU. Myers now with the serve. A dig by Matthews. Berlin setting up. Bowie puts it in the middle before Veracruz can get to it. Point to SNU. The Bison were expecting the slide there from Benner up the middle, but instead Bowie's able to drop it in on the Bison. Some stats here for you this afternoon after the serve there from Davis and the attack from the Bison. Berlin setting up Matthews to clear it over to the Bison. Myers sets it up, blocked attempt at the net by the Crimson Storm, setting up another possession here. Matthews comes up and gets the point for the Crimson Storm. Matthews now with her 6th kill of the evening. Courtney Bowie with 7, McKenna Qualls with 5, Benner with 3, Elise Berlin with 2, and Caitlin Vout with 7 of her own. Just a stellar performance here from these hitters of SNU. And all of them hitting around, aside from Elise Berlin, all of them hitting at least 300 on this evening. Just a stellar offensive performance here. As the serve here again from Davis. Vout with a sky ball dig. Berlin sets up Davis. Skips it over the net to the Bison. A tough hit there from the Bison. Berlin blocked up the net off the attack attempt. Maybe got a little greedy there up the middle. The blockers of OBU were ready and just put it back on SNU's side of the court.
And you have to believe, Connor, that OBU is prepared for that setter attack, as their own setter is extremely well known for those left-handed attacks.
Berlin setting up Matthews, able to drop it in, and a dig by Myers is able to come back to SNU, and both teams resetting. Berlin trying the attack attempt there again, able to get past OBU this time. Vout, Berlin sets up Benner and sends it right into the net. Point to the Bison, now down 19-12.
Kayla Benner looking to run that blitz offense there behind Elise and run her own play right there. Set dropped in just a little bit too far to her left shoulder. Wasn't quite far enough to where she could get a full swing on it.
The attack there from Matthews just sails over. Couldn't get enough height on the jump and force on the ball to drop it in the court. We got a timeout on the floor. Coach Ingham not liking what he sees. Cuts a timeout, and we'll take a timeout with him. SNU nursing now a 19-13 lead. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here at SNUathletics.com. The Bison ready to serve as crept back into the lead. Benner picks it up and puts it down off the deflection. Point to the Crimson Storm. Now up 20-13. Coach Ingram making the smart adjustments there out of the timeout. Lexi Matthews now on the serve for SNU. Up 20-13. Myers setting up. We've got a double hit there on Myers. Rare occurrence there for Myers to have an error like that.
An extremely hard pass to handle there too, Connor. No doubt. Ball was passed extremely tight to the net. It's a really hard ball to get a really solid, clean contact on.
Matthews on the serve, the receive from the Bison. Off the deflection, back to Matthews. Berlin sets up Qualls. Picks it up, puts it down. Point to the Crimson Storm. McKenna Qualls now on the evening. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. McKenna Qualls now with her 6th kill of the inning, hitting .364 on the night as well. Matthews The serve to the Bison. Myers sets it up on the outside. Berlin puts it up to Benner. Blocked attempt at the net. McKenna Quall is able to drop it in on the inside corner there of the court. McKenna Quall is having herself quite an evening.
And Kayla Benner really setting her up there with that really hard kill down the line. That ball being overpassed to McKenna Qualls. That really set up the play to be in SNU's favor.
Matthews with the serve now. Myers sent up on the outside. The dig by Berlin. Matthews setting up Qualls. Block attempt of the net by the Bison and drops it into the middle of the floor. Just an odd moment there by the Crimson Storm as that ball just dropped in front of a few players. SNU up 23-14 in the second set. After being down 8-7, have just absolutely cruised by the Bison here in this second set. Berlin with the setup on the middle to Qualls. Back to SNU after regain from the Bison. Qualls puts it up, and the Bison just going back and forth here from both teams, and they place it out of bounds. Set point now for the Crimson Storm, just like that. Bailey Terrain now back to serve for the Crimson Storm, trying to put this second set away, and SNU to a 2-0 lead. Received by the Bison. Dig by Bell. Berlin to Qualls. Finds the back corner. Point to the Crimson Storm. SNU goes up 2-0 headed into the break as they get the victory. 25-15 in the first, 25-14 in the second. I'm a whirlwind of emotion here, folks. As I said, SNU is able to take the 2-0 set lead. We're going to take a quick break here at SNUathletics.com. When we come back, we're going to break down the first two sets of this exciting match here in Bethany, Oklahoma. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com with SNU up 2-0. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here to SNUathletics.com. Third set just about underway. Just some things we picked up on here. The energy has just been fantastic here in the Sawyer Center from SNU and all their fans here, the Storm faithful. Michaela, what can you notice here from SNU? What's been working for them?
Well, aside from all of the emotions and how they're playing extremely well right now, Connor, I would say offensively, we're exploiting so many different offensive options right now. And we're being able to keep OBU on their toes defensively, and they have not gotten into a rhythm whatsoever, blocking or defending. And you can definitely see that as they are scattered and they are scrambling for balls to keep them going. And SNU is just bombing balls time after time after time and being able to offensively produce extremely well. And then their defense is on fire as well. Being able to get those balls in system to Elise, and Elise delivering those balls really well and on time for her hitters.
Absolutely. SNU as first serve of the third set is underway. SNU able to drop it into the middle off the deflection from Vera Cruz for the first point of this third set. SNU and that combined those first two sets at 6 block assists, only 2 block errors, 8 block assists for Oklahoma Baptist. 4 total blocks for both teams. 2 service errors for SNU, just 1 for Oklahoma Baptist. So both teams able to clean up the errors there and really keep this game clean as a whole. Attack and kill there from the Bison, Nicole Fleetman. Able to drop it in over Benner and Berlin on the outside. Dig by Davis. Berlin sets up. Benner blocks at the block attempt of the net, and good night. Caden Lang coming out firing here in this third set. Puts it back on Michaela Benner.
And Lexi Matthews trying to jump in from the outside over to the middle to put a stop on that ball, but not able to get that stop.
Serve here from Vera Cruz. Davis, Berlin. Davis able to clear it over to Vera Cruz. Myers setting up on the outside for Fleetman, and just getting it back over are the Bison. Bell sets up Matthews. Off the deflection of the Bison, point to the Crimson Storm. Tying the game up at 2 after the Bison jumped out to a quick 2-1 lead. SNU subs in McKenna Qualls for Abby Bell, and Lexi Matthews back to serve for SNU.
Lexi Matthews has proven over the course of her years at SNU, Connor, that she plays extremely well under pressure and at high emotion situations, and that's what we're seeing tonight. Lexi Matthews having an excellent game.
You see there the dig attempt there from Matthews just goes out of bounds before she falls to the floor, out of bounds off the Crimson Storm. Point to the Bison. Adonica Wright, the 5'10 freshman from San Antonio, Texas, on the serve for the Bison. Dig by Davis, set Berlin to Qualls. Finds Vera Cruz in the back. Bison really working the game plan here early in this third set. Not going out easy as Qualls drops it in again. The ball tight at the net. Qualls fighting for it with the Bison. Berlin sets up Benner on that slide, and the Bison really trying to regroup. Bell with the dig attempt, drops under the net. Point to the Bison, now up 4-2. Certainly a energy downfall from a little bit of lackluster here from SNU as they get a break off the service error from the Bison. Terrain comes in for Benner. Storm off to a bit of a slow start out of the gate, but able to regroup and get the point after the mistake there from the Bison. As Terang serve goes to the Bison. Fleetman blocked at the net. Bounces off her to the floor. Point to the Crimson Storm, tying the game at 4. Terang back on the serve. Drops it in, and Bison really trying to get it back over the net, and they do. Terang with the dig. Berlin sets up Vout, sending Bison players to the floor. These last couple points, Davis. Berlin sets up Vout, puts it up and puts it down. Point to the Crimson Storm. Serve again from Terang as SNU now up 5-4. Terang finds the net for the third service error of the day for the Crimson Storm. Subs now for the Bison on the floor.
And we've seen Oklahoma Baptist coming out with a different lineup pretty much every single game, Connor. And Kevin Ingram is stuck with the same lineup, and rightfully so, as SNU is working really well in this lineup together.
The dig there from Bell to Berlin to Qualls. Hearing her coaching from Abby Bell, she rises up and drops the axe hammer on the Bison for the score. SNU takes the lead, back now 6-5. This is about the area where SNU was teetering, taking the lead and surrendering the lead, and eventually able to pull away in the second set. The Bell with the outstanding dig. Bowie picks it up, puts it on the Bison. Adonica Wright not ready for the attack and kill from Courtney Bowie. Elise Berlin with the serve now to the Bison. Vout with the attack after the overplay there from the Bison. And the Bison able to drop it in over Vout and Bowie into the middle of the floor. Point to the Bison. Caden Lane now on the serve. Set from Berlin. Vout. And a great dig there from the Bison, sending it back to the Storm. Berlin sets it up over and back to Crimson Storm. Bowie clears it. Myers with the attack and the kill off the deflection off Terang's arm. Wasn't quite in the best position to receive the attack. Surrenders the point to the Bison.
We did see there McKenna Qualls putting up a contested block up against Myers on that left-handed attack. Bailey Terang should have used her hands on that ball instead of going down to her knees trying to pass that. She was in a decent position to get that ball.
Vout blocked up the net, out of bounds. The Bison claiming they didn't touch it. As our referees consult with each other for the call.
And that up ref is going to be consulting most to the line judge on your right of the screen here. He was the only one of those line judges that really had a clear enough view to see that.
And they give the point to the Bison, claiming it was just off the net. Abby Bell not happy with the call. Abby Bell not pleased with the call, even after the explanation from our official. Point to the Bison. A dig from Bell. Berlin sets up Bowie. Puts it right in the net again. Point to the Bison. Taking the lead now 7-9. McKenna Qualls and company urging on players to keep fighting. And keep fighting for these balls in the air. Vout comes up firing off the deflection by the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm, finding the back line of the court of the Bison.
And we've seen a lot tonight. Oklahoma Baptist putting up a very well contested block against SNU's offense, but those balls have been deflecting off the sides and over the tops of these blocks, giving those defenders a really hard time trying to keep these balls in play.
Berlin setting up Bowie on the outside. Block at the net, out of bounds. Point to the Crimson Storm. Tie game back at 9, making things pretty interesting here in this third set. SNU looking to send the Bison home early. Berlin sets up Vout, finding Cruz on the back line. Again, setting up. Running towards the attack, Rachel Ritchie. Out of bounds again, point to the Crimson Storm. SNU really got to connect here in these next couple points, just separate themselves from the Bison. Myers decides to attack at the last second, finds Terang, and Berlin sets up Bowie, clears it over back to the Bison. Ritchie with a great attack there, and the dig by Bell. Matthews finding the net again. And that's 3 times in this set that SNU has found the net on their attacks. Possibly fatigue could be setting in for Crimson Storm. The same group's been out here for most, if not all, the entire game. Berlin sets up Bowie, puts it in the middle. Myers to the floor. Cruz setting up the outside. Bell, Berlin to Matthews. Retrieved again by the Bison. Bout puts it up and off the hands of Nicole Fleetman. Caitlin Bout with the kill, putting the Storm back up 1 as Banner comes in for Terang.
And I'll tell you, Bailey Terang having an excellent performance on defense tonight. Really locking down that middle back position. That's going to go really easily overlooked, Connor, but a huge component to what's going on the court right now.
Ball finding the outside line. SNU. Ball finding, looks like it was on the outside of the line, but SNU not happy with the call. Point to the Bison, tied up at 11. Ball skips over the net. Berlin sets up. A tip by the Bisons. That ball is a little tight and went over to the Bison side of the net, able to get the easy point off the missed set there by the Storm. Serve here from the Bison. Berlin sets up Benner. Puts it down on the back line of the Bison.
And Kayla Benner, we've talked about all season, is an extremely large momentum shift. When she gets on her game, Connor, and she puts the ball down like that, the momentum, the emotion is all on our side at this point.
Davis now on the serve. Tie game at 12. Myers setting up a high arcing set there from Myers. Puts her in the right place there for Nicole Fleetman to find the back corner of the Crimson Storm. Point to the Bison. Sierra Vera Cruz quickly with the serve. Benner again finding the back, and Vera Cruz and company trying to find a line there. The ball hit on the outside of the antenna and landed out of bounds. Either way, point to the Crimson Storm. Lexi Matthews now on the serve for the Crimson Storm, tied up at 13. Serve here, the dig by Fleetman. Myers setting up the middle. A dig by Matthews. Berlin setting up Qualls. Puts it on these Bison defenders. Good night. A dig there by Val. Berlin to Qualls again. Finds the back left and the point for the Crimson Storm.
And McKenna Qualls has exploited that line shot several times tonight, Connor. It has been extremely effective for her. We've seen the outsides for Oklahoma Baptist hit and cross almost every single time that they've gone over to SNU's side. Abby Bell standing right there ready to dig the ball. But McKenna Qualls hitting that ball from the outside where the defenders are not.
Qualls with her 10th kill of the game. On the evening, looking for 11. Qualls. Myers able to corral it, and that ball drops out of bounds off the deflection of the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm. Matthews back on the serve for the Storm. Ball hits our line judge on the back side of the leg. Point to the Bison. Ball sailing out of bounds. Serve here from right. Davis. Berlin setting up Benner. Sent right back to her. Point to the Bison. Time the game at 15.
And OBU really selling out to the middle there. They were packing it in on Kayla Benner there. 3 sets of hands up against her on that middle attack.
Davis to Berlin to Qualls. Pushes it out off the fingertips of the Bison out of bounds. 12th kill of the game for McKenna Qualls. SNU really looking to pull away here in this third set and take a 3-0 sweep and get Coach Ingram's first victory against the Bison. Serve here from Terang. Myers setting up the outside. The dig by Davis. Berlin sets up Vout. Sending these Bison defenders reeling. The dig by Bell. Berlin to Qualls. Lucky number 13 for McKenna Qualls.
confidence in this game is underrated, Connor. And McKenna Qualls right now has all the confidence on her side, all the energy on her side. She is going to be somebody that Elise is going to try to go to end this game, Connor, to be able to really put up an offensive barrier against OBU.
Berlin setting up Val just over the back line, point to the Bison. A little too much mustard on that dog for Caitlin Val.
Back to serve. Number 1, Shekinah Sharp.
Back on the serve now for the Bison. Sharp with the serve, the dig by Bell to Val, back to Bell. Myers setting up the outside, coming up, firing over Terang. Block attempt of the net by the Storm, rallying. Caitlin Val puts it on the Bison defenders. Good grief. Subs back in for the Crimson Storm as Davis subs out for Bowie. Myers setting up the outside, block attempt of the net by Courtney Bowie. Caitlin Val puts it back on the Bison defenders. Caitlin Val not giving anything up easy for the Bison. We got another timeout on the floor. We're going to take one with them here at SNUathletics.com. SNU increasingly lead now 19-16, looking for a 3-0 sweep of the Bison. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Welcome back here to SNUathletics.com. SNU nursing a 19-16 lead, looking for a 3-0 sweep of the Bison. Elise Berlin on the serve for the Storm. Myers setting up the right side. Bell with the dig. Berlin setting up Qualls. Pushes it over to the near far side of the Bison. Regrouping here, trying to get back into this lead. Bell sets up Bowie on the right side. Block at the net by the Bison. Just an update here for you, ladies and gentlemen, around the GAC. Harding takes a 3-1 victory over Monticello as the serve attempt goes out of bounds from the Bison. As you're getting closer to this victory, they can right around the corner. Henderson State takes a 3-1 victory against Southern Arkansas. Southeastern gets a 3-0 sweep over East Central. Washita Baptist 3-0 sweep over Arkansas Tech. Big game out there in Arkadelphia. Southwestern up 2-0 against Northwestern. Attack here from Myers and Bell setting up Bowie. Just outside the line for the Crimson Storm, point to the Bison.
And SNU really needs to focus in for these last 5 points to the game. If they want to pull out this win, Connor, they're really going to have to channel their energy and emotion and execute extremely well.
Bowie puts it down on the Bison. Off the fingertips of the Bison, point to the Crimson Storm. Michaela Benner now subs in for Terang.
And OBU is looking to challenge this call. The touch was not called on the block, Connor. The touch was called on the setter, Meyer. As the ball was coming towards her, she ticked it with her arm as it went out of bounds.
21-18 now in favor of the Storm. The serve by Val. The frustration you can see as the ball goes into the net. SNU got to regroup here and get this point back. Katrina Horner back to serve now for the Bison. Val Berlin setting up Benner. Block at the net by the Bison. It's a 1-point game here, folks, in Bethany, Oklahoma. The Bison finding a little bit of life here. Trying to upset the Storm and not go home early. Val with the dig. Berlin sets up Bowie on the right side and sailing out of bounds. Tie game, 21 apiece. Coach Ingram going to burn a timeout. We're going to take one with him. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the action here at SNUathletics.com. After SNU went up 19-16, the Bison able to go on a 5-2 spurt to tie this game up at 21. Caitlin Vout with the dig. Berlin, the set for Matthews. Block attempt at the net from the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm.
And in the position that they're sitting right now, Crimson Storm cannot hold anything back. They're up 2-0. They have a 1-point lead. It is time to go full force on every ball at this point in the game, Connor.
Myers setting up on the outside. Bout with the dig. Berlin to Matthews. Block attempt at the net by the Bison. Retrieved by the Storm. Berlin clears it over back to the Bison. Myers again. Setting it up and able to drop it in on the near far side. Far sideline of the Crimson Storm. Tying the game back at 22. Dig by Vout, just stays up, and great save there from Berlin, and Vout clears it back to the Crimson Storm. Net violation on the Bison at the attack attempt. Point to the Bison. Dig by Davis. Berlin sets it up over to the Bison, and an unfortunate error. Kaden Lang hits it back into her own net. Tie ball game. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. Matthews back on the serve. The senior for the Crimson Storm. Looking to get closer to put this one away. Back to the Bison. Myers setting up on the outside. Foul with the dig. Matthews with the set. Davis clears it back over to the Bison on the outside. Dig by Vout. Berlin setting up. Bennard back to the Bison. Block of the net by Crimson Storm. Point to the Crimson Storm. Net violation on the Bison. And we can feel victory here in the Sawyer Center. Timeout on the floor as match point approaches. We're going to keep it right here on SNUathletics.com. What a game here from the Crimson Storm. You know, they jump out to a 25-15 victory, 25-14. And I wouldn't expect anything less in this third set with a game this close, 24-23, possession in the Storm's favor.
I agree with you, Connor, and OBU is going to be looking to make an adjustment right here to prevent SNU from getting this last point. But SNU has all the capability, all the talent, and all the drive and all of the confidence on their side to end this game here, Connor. It's
been a fun atmosphere here in this building this season, and what a way to go out in the last home game with a game like this, able to potentially go a 3-0 sweep on your opponent and move into third place in the GAC standings with the championships right around the corner, and more importantly, beat your rival at your home on your home floor on senior night and help Coach Ingram get this first victory against OBU and this team their first victory against OBU ever for this senior class. What a game.
Legendary game tonight, like you said, Connor. These girls are going to be looking to put away this ball right here. Elise Berlin has got her two powerhouses up front, McKenna Qualls and Michaela Benner. SNU is in a great position right now, defensively and offensively, to end this game here.
Matthews with the serve, the dig from the Bison, attack from the outside. Dig by Matthews. Jimmy dig by Davis. Sails out of bounds, tie ball game at 24. Substitution in, Matthews out. Bell back in the ball game. Serve here, Davis with the dig. Berlin setting up Qualls. Puts it on the Bison. Point to the Crimson Storm. Every seat in the Sawyer Center is empty because everybody here is on their feet looking for match point here for the Crimson Storm. Bailey Terang with the serve, up 25-24. Drops it into the Bison. Myers setting up the outside. Davis with the save. Berlin setting up Qualls to clear it back over to the Bison. Myers again with the right side. Point to the Bison. Block attempt from Val falls right in front of her. Tie game at 25. We'll look to regroup here back at a tie ball game. You couldn't ask for a better finish here in this ball game. Serve here from the Bison. Berlin with set for Terang from the back line. Point to the Crimson Storm. The freshman coming through in such a clutch moment here on their home turf.
And what looked to be like a scattering play right there, Elise Berlin brought it back in, and Bailey Terang from the back row was able to deflect that ball off the hands of the blockers.
Myers setting up the right side. Dig by Berlin. Qualls trying to end it. Back to the Bison. Qualls to Val, pushes it back to the Bison, regrouping. Right side attack fails. Blocked attempt at the net by the Storm. Bison clearing it over. The dig by Val. Berlin setting up Bowie. Puts it down! The Crimson Storm complete the sweep of the Oklahoma Baptist Bison. Coach Ingram and company get their first win against the Bison here on senior night. What a way to go out. What a way. You couldn't ask for a better finish here in this arena, ladies and gentlemen. It was a lot of emotion, a lot of fantastic performance here from our seniors and freshmen, sophomore, junior, heck, everybody that's involved in this game, from team managers to the head coaches, and coaching and getting his first victory against the Baptist Bison. What a way to go out here for the seniors here of SNU. I mean, you go down the line with the seniors here in this game. Caitlin Val, Lexi Matthews, McKenna Qualls, Courtney Bowie and company, and Abby Bell going all out here this evening and able to get the victory. The 3-0 sweep. What a way to go out. That's such a sweet way to go out on your last home game. A 3-0 sweep of your conference rival who you hadn't beaten in the last 10 tries. SNU able to get the victory here. We're going to take a quick break here at SNUathletics.com. When we come back, we'll break down stats for you, have our player of the game, and interview with head coach Kevin Ingram. I'm sure he's pretty excited when we get up here. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Welcome back here to SNUathletics.com. I'm Connor McKenzie, your play-by-play recorder here for tonight. Just a fantastic performance as SNU is able to get a 3-0 sweep victory of Oklahoma Baptist Bison. Just able to come out firing here tonight. SNU, just some stats here to throw out at you. Elise Berlin with 50 assists and 15 serves, 7 digs on the evening, and 2 kills of her own. Caitlin Val on the night with 12 kills and a hitting percentage of .375, along with 13 digs, recording a double-double on the evening. Lexi Matthews with 9. Michaela Benner with 5 kills. McKenna Quall is coming out with 14 kills, and Courtney Bowie coming out with 11 kills of her own. The senior able to get the game-winning kill. It's just a fantastic performance. You couldn't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great game as SNU was able to go up 3-0 and get the victory on the Oklahoma Baptist Bison, 27-25 in the third set, after winning 25-15 and 25-14 in the first 2 sets. Some of the stats here for you after SNU came out with a awesome .469 average in the first set. They were able to cool down a little bit the next 2 sets for complete hitting percentage of .267, and the Bison just couldn't really get anything going with the hitting percentage of .117 for the rest of the game. 18 attacking errors to 15 for the Bison. 54 kills for SNU to just 29 for the Bison as their attack and their kills just were not able to drop for SNU, just getting blocked at the net. Just both teams really coming out firing on their defensive front as the second and third set really weighed in. 3 service aces for SNU to 1 for the Bison. 3 service errors for the Bison to 5 for SNU. Able to clean that up for both teams and just keep the game flowing on a more even keel. SNU coming out with 5 total blocks to 7 for the Bison, and 8 block assists to 14 for the Bison, and 3 block errors to 2 for the Bison. Just a good performance here as SNU was able to close out their home schedule and get the victory over OBU 3-0. Next time in action for the Crimson Storm will be in the GAC Championships next week, November 17th through the 19th, as they've moved up into the 3rd seed after couple losses here, was able to move SNU up in the standings here in the GAC as they got the 3-0 victory, as you see here, over OBU. And Ouachita Baptist able to take the 3-0 victory against Arkansas Tech. So Arkansas Tech will drop a spot, and SNU will move up into a tie for 3rd with Arkansas Tech, and just being able to move up the ladder there and face the right opponent there in the GAC Championships. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com with our player of the game, followed by an interview with head coach Kevin Ingram. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here to SNUathletics.com. Connor McKenzie alongside our player of the game, Courtney Bowie. Courtney, how you doing over there?
Oh, good.
Yeah, that says about all. You guys were pouring a lot of emotion, a lot of heart, and a lot of sweat in that ball game. Tell me about the emotion and just the game plan there against OBU here tonight.
You know, it's when you get to this point, it's almost like your emotions. Almost you have to calm yourself down more than hype yourself up. I kept telling my teammates, I was like, I can't get too excited or I'm just going to start crying. Like, it's like you almost have to just relax a little bit and just play, but play all out too. So
absolutely. You guys certainly relaxed and were able to cruised to victory in the first 2 sets. Talk about that third set, of the challenges you guys faced in the third set and how you were able to regroup and get the victory.
You know, OBU is a great team. I mean, we went in the locker room, and I don't think anybody expected them to just roll over and give it to us. We knew we were going to have to fight, and we knew that they weren't done. They were going to come back and fight, and they did. And I think they just had some good swings. We had a couple errors. I know I had a couple errors, but in the end, we just fought our way through.
Absolutely, you guys were able to grind it out in that third set and just get the victory. You guys were able to just really connect. McKenna Qualls and yourself, Caitlin Vought and Lexi Matthews, everyone really collectively just doing a great job. That team chemistry really came out. Thank you, Courtney, for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you guys in GC Championships. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm Connor McKenzie signing off. We'll be right back here with Coach Kevin Ingham. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. This is not head coach Kevin Ingham. This is Abby Bell, our other player of the game here for the Crimson Storm. Abby, how are you guys doing after this great victory against the Bison?
It's surreal right now. I mean, it's the last home game for us seniors, but it's the first time to be OBU, so it was a big moment for us tonight.
Absolutely. Talk about how you guys were able to regroup in that third set and really grind it out. Did you guys adjust anything in that third set?
I mean, we did, yeah. They started camping on some of our hitters, so we had to make adjustments, and the coaches did a great job of telling us where to go in the timeouts, and our hitters kept finding a way to score. And so when it got tight, we just stuck together, and we found a way. So
absolutely, that team chemistry was just able to hold you guys together. You guys have played together for what seems an eternity, but it's only been 4 years. It's incredible. You guys have done a great job and put on a great show for these fans here, and look forward to see you guys compete in the GAC Championships. Great job.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm Connor McKenzie. We'll be right back here, this time with head coach Kevin Ingham. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here at SNUathletics.com. I'm Connor McKenzie alongside head coach Kevin Ingham. Coach Ingham able to get the 3-0 sweep over OBU. How's that feel?
Man, it feels awesome. It's just fun on a senior night to play some of your best ball all season for sure. I mean, we've worked extremely hard in practice. These girls have put their heart and souls into this season. We've battled through all kinds of injuries and different lineups. Haven't had much of the same lineup all year long, but tonight, those seniors went out and played with everything they had and have really just continued to work and haven't let up at all in any of the practices that we've had. In fact, they work even harder, it seems like, every single day in practice, and it's paying off. They're seeing the dividends of it right now.
Absolutely. They've really hit their stride here these last couple games, now on a 5-match winning streak heading to the GAC Championships. That's got to be a lot of momentum. And you're able to move up in the standings tonight. I don't know if you know this. Arkansas Tech got swept 3-0 tonight against Ouachita Baptist, so that could pay dividends for you guys.
Definitely so. Playoffs. Definitely so. I mean, that loss there helps us move into the 3 spot, gives us a little bit better seat in the tournament, and allows us to just have a different road, basically. Not that we would be fine in the 4 seed, but it's always nice to be able to move up in the rankings. That's what you're trying to do all season long through the conference season, is to get yourself in the best spot that you can. So I feel like that's a good spot for us, and we're going to go at it again next week. So
I'd say so. Look forward to seeing you guys compete and getting those rings next week. Thank you for your time,
Thank you,
Coach.
man.
It's been a great season. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. I'm Connor McKenzie signing off for all of us here at SNUathletics.com. Michaela Shoneman, Tanner Stiles, Cheyenne Reynolds, even though she wasn't here tonight, Jonathan Hain, David Noblet, and company. Thank you guys for being with us. We'll see you next time. Roll Storm.